Tickner in again, and that's turned Justin Broad round. He was aiming on the side. It's gone off a thick outside edge down to the boundary for 4. No third man in.
On the members' pavilion as Dupavilon is in. That's clipped. It was on leg stump and clipped nicely by Broad out towards wide, long on, and it's going to go all the way for 4. That was really well timed.
A bit fidgety about that throughout the day. Here's Tickner in again, bowls, and that's beautifully played by Justin Broad. Stands tall, punches it away through extra cover, and that's going to run for 4. And that's as good a shot.
Here comes Rees. Full ball, and it just comes off the inside edge of the bat, splits the fielders as it goes through mid-wicket. And that brings up the 50 for Broad. To some warm applause. He is... I don't think they'll be too bothered, though. Here's Dar outside the off stump, and it's just fenced, really. Managed to find the gap between slip and gully, and that's all the way for 4. In comes Dahl. Again, how many times have we seen that ball edged and go down to the deep third boundary? And so it's quite fitting that that is the way that Rob Keogh brings up his century. He's played brilliantly for his side. They were in trouble. They lost a cluster of wickets. A mistake we'd seen a couple of overs ago.
And he's got him. And the catch is taken this time. Remarkably. Derbyshire, well, Keogh's gone for 102.
As Crawley, Zach Chaffel comes running in, and that has just slapped through the covers. Cross-battered shot, really. Here comes Chaffel. Spears this one in. Now there's a shout. There's the finger raised, and he has got the wicket. It's that of Justin Broad. He squared him up the previous delivery.
Around the wicket again comes Lloyd, and he's heaved that over the top, muscled it over the top, Michael Finan, for 4.
Cricketing history will come out.
Here's Lloyd in, bowls, and that's slapped away over backward point by Michael Finan. I think Fletch called it. He's had enough of... Fielded there by Tickner, and the last ball of the over has bowled him. As David Lloyd picks up a second wicket. Second slip rather than gully, I think, is Lloyd in again. Bowls to Sanderson, who straight drives back past the bowler. Despairing dive by Wayne Madsen, and it runs away for 4. So Ben Sanderson will...
The elbows wide as he runs in and bowls and gets the edge, and he gets the wicket. Well, the bowling change worked. In comes Tickner, and next ball, well, just gets the edge and gets the boundary.
Oh, how far away from the slips that was. He's still got a big smile on his face, as yeah, we all have.
Stitched up.
Yeah.
Here he comes again, the inside edge, and would you know it, that is going to trickle down for another 4 runs.
9, Dupavilon is in and bowls him. There we go. He's got his first wicket of the innings and doesn't celebrate at all. From the racecourse end in and bowls to Lloyd, who, there we go, gets off the mark with a boundary 4 out towards the extra cover rope. Crosses the rope now. Glorious shot from Lloyd, and Derbyshire are 4 without loss. What a strike rate that is. Here's Sanderson in and bowls. That's clipped away by Lloyd to the square leg boundary for 4. I just lost sight of it for a moment. I thought it had gone slightly finer than it did, but it went very square.
Signed on a short-term deal from Leicestershire at the start of the season, and that's short and wide, and it's cut away by Lewis Rees, and it's, I think, going to run away for 4. Is it just going to get there? Yes, it is.
From the racecourse end into Lloyd. There's an absolute screamer. What a catch! Absolutely outstanding catch in the slip.
To our right, here's Finan in again. Bowls cut away by Rees. That's going to be 4. Again, he just gave the left-hander a little bit too much width, and he pounced on that, cut it away through backward point for 4. And bowls to Guest, short and wide 4. Well, again, that just sat up nicely for Brooke Guest, and he's not going to turn down an invitation like that. And cracks it away through the covers for 4. 12 to Guest, 37. And a long leg, and Sanderson in again. Bowls very full and driven, and it's beaten the dive of Luke Proctor, who is fairly wide there at mid-off, and once it had beaten him, it was timed beautifully.
44 for 1. Call bowls to Rees, who clips this nicely out towards mid-wicket. It's Finan who's chasing, but he won't get there as the ball goes over the rope in front of the East Midlands demolition stand. call from the City end bowling to Guest, who drives very pleasantly out towards the wide long off, straight extra cover boundary for 4. That's beautiful from Brooke Guest.
In comes Proctor, and that has squirted off the outside edge, but out of the reach of third slip. It travelled at lightning pace, and that is 4 runs to Rees.
Bowl to Brooke Guest, short and pulled away by Guest for 4. It's not really a pitch on which, unless you have express pace.
As well, Emilio Gay is there. Here's Patterson White. He gets up and under that. Could be out. It is out. Caught in the deep.
Earlier on, and he's in and bowls, and that's a loosener, and it's driven beautifully by Brooke Guest out to the extra cover boundary, chased fruitlessly by Ben Sanderson, and it's a half century for Brooke Guest. 2 slips in, bowls on leg stump, and that's clipped away down towards fine leg. And it's another, it's unfortunate. Finan had done really well to get round to it, as he did in the previous over from this end.
In comes Proctor, and this time that is guided beautifully where the edge went earlier, except this time.
Actually caught a slip by an Aaron Donald off David Lloyd's off spin, as that one is defended by Brooke Guest, and that is the end of the day's play. 170 for 2.